Hello and welcome to Michael TV. Here I am in the church. In front of me is Jesus. Today at Mass, I felt moved to pray for parents of LGBT children. And as I was praying for them also this afternoon, I seen the statue of St. Teresa of the Child Jesus. And St. Teresa is in a quite unique position because not only is she a saint, but so are her two parents. And it's an interesting life because St. Teresa was a very sensitive, troublesome almost little child, stubborn. Her mother died when she was very young, and her dad loved her to bits. But later in life, her dad developed mental health problems and spent some time in psychiatric institutions. Yet now they're all saints. And so I suppose we can think one doesn't have to be perfect to be a saint. But what really made them a saint, and the parents especially in this case, was their undying love for Teresa and their desire for her to do the will of God. And so when she decided to enter the Carmelites, her dad was happy. He cried tears, but he was happy he let her go. And as I said, Teresa, she was a very sensitive child. She wasn't by any means the perfect child. She was moody, she was stubborn, and later in life as an adult, she would have to come into battle, if you like, with all these things that her parents discovered when she was a child. She would see that she was even troublesome to herself. She was terrible temptations at times, and it was difficult for her. Yet she discovered the little way. And you see, her parents just did their best. They loved her and trusted in God for her. And I think when it comes to parents of LGBT people, this is what they have to do too. You see, many parents are afraid. Is God going to blame me because my son or my daughter is gay or trans? How can I do to fix them? What can I do to straighten them out so that I'm not going to get into trouble on Judgment Day? But you see, this is the wrong attitude. God isn't asking you to fix them. God is asking you to love them. Last year when I was in Medjugorje, I met a young man from Canada. His parents had brought him over to get him healed. Of course, he wasn't getting healed, but he was delighted that he met me. We had a great chat about a lot of it, and he actually got hope from that God loved him the way he was, and that there was a path to holiness without becoming straight. But you see, many parents out there don't know who or what to believe. Some think everything is okay. Some people, of course, think there's no God. But some people are petrified. Some people think that unless their gay child becomes straight, that they're going to go to hell. And you see, fear breeds fear. And where there's fear, there's no love. And then these children, these gay children, are going to feel this fear. They're going to feel it as a rejection, a lack of acceptance, a lack of understanding. And that's going to push them further away from God. And of course, you see, these parents are worried. They're terrified. Maybe when they were growing up, homosexuality wasn't even spoken about. Homosexuality was illegal, perhaps. They heard about HIV, AIDS, all these things, and all they knew about gay people was all the bad side. The Catholic Church traditionally hasn't spoken much about it. It has spoken about homosexual acts being intrinsically evil. However, it hasn't spoken much about homosexual people and how to love them. The Catechism says very little about it, besides helping them, loving them, and God calling them to a life of chastity. But it doesn't speak about the pastoral support required. It doesn't speak about it. And so you see, many parents are terrified, they're petrified. And this is an area where the church has work to do, work in progress. And so I would speak to all parents out there. I would say, love your children. Don't try to change them, just love them. So, with the intercession of the parents of Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus, Louis and Zélie Martin, we pray today for all parents that they will find peace even if their children are not exactly how they thought they would be, even if they have gay, trans children that they were not expecting, that they will see this as a gift. They will see this as part of their path to holiness, that God has given them this child to love, and that maybe through this child they will understand more about the unconditional love of God for everybody. So to all parents out there, put love first. Love, love, love. Thank you for listening. And remember, you too as a parent are loved unconditionally by Jesus.